morning. Welcome to Ayogen Morning News. My name is DEBORAH ANJORIN. First, the headlines. Ex-Senate Chief Whip Roland Owiye loses wife. Federal government stops acting VCs, rectors, and provosts from contesting substantive positions. OT promises support for army recruitment drive among Abia youths. Don't sell your NIN, NIMC warns Nigeria. Fuel prices may fall as FEC renews Naira for crude deals. Trump signs all that to make America's shower great again. And now, the news in details. Ex-Senate Chief Whip Roland Owiye loses wife. Mrs. Helen Owiye, wife of a former Chief Whip of the Senate, Senator Roland Owiye, is dead. According to a statement on Wednesday, personally signed by her husband, Helen died at the age of 71. The statement added that the deceased passed away peacefully in Abuja on Wednesday, April 9th, after a brief illness. Reflecting on their union together, which lasted over 50 years, Owiye wrote, "When Helen came into my life over 5 decades ago, she lovingly made our home a safe space. She united my family and treated my late mother, Agatise Owiye, who delivered 11 children for my father, of whom I am the only surviving child, with the deepest compassion and honor. She showed unwavering love to his family," he added, "and friends, through her strength, faith, grace, and held them all together." The statement added that disease is survived by a husband, children, grandchildren, and the wild circle of loved ones whose lives she touched deeply. And still in our news for this morning, federal government stops acting VCs, rectors, provosts, and from contesting substantive positions. Following recent crisis which throws appointment of institutional heads in certain public universities and other tertiary institutions nationwide, the Minister of Education, Dr. Maruf Alausa, on Thursday approved the implementation of a guiding policy on eligibility for the appointment of vice-chancellor, rectors, and provosts. The policies, which was announced by the Director of Press, Federal Ministry of Education, Folashade Boriowo, on Thursday morning, was said to have become necessary following a pattern of undue advantage observed over the years, where officers serving in acting capacities often leverage their position to influence appointment outcomes, thereby compromising the fairness and transparency of the selection process. The statement noted that the new policy aimed to eliminate this practice, ensure a level of playing field for all qualified candidates, and strengthen institutional governance. The policy stipulated that any officer serving in an acting capacity as Vice-Chancellor, Rector, or Provost shall not be eligible to apply for the substantive position while still holding the acting appointment. And still on this morning news, OT promises support for army recruitment drive among Abia youths. The Abia State Governor, Alex Oti, has promised to assist in sensitizing Abia youths for recruitment into the Nigerian army. Oti said this in the Government House Umaya on Wednesday while receiving in audience of a delegation of the year 2025 Nigerian Army Recruitment Awareness Team from Army Headquarters, Abuja, led by Brigadier General Chima Ekeator. The governor, who was represented by his chief of staff, Pastor Calab Ajagba, said that the government will set up necessary structures to make sure that those that fall within the age bracket that is being recruited are sensitized. He said, "We will help to make sure that Abian, especially the youth, will embrace these opportunities." And down to business news for this morning. Don't sell your NIN. NIMC warns Nigerians. The National Identity Management Commission has cautioned Nigerians against disclosing their national identification numbers to unauthorized individuals for organizations in exchange for monetary compensation. The warning followed reports that some residents in Anambra State were being lured to submit their NINs for money, a practice the Commission described as illegal and punishable under the NIMC Act No. 23 of 2007, the Data Protection Act, and the Cybercrime Act. In a statement issued on Wednesday by the head of corporate communication of the Commission, Dr. Kayode Adegoke, the NIMC said the illegal activities have been brought to its attention and that arrests had already been made in collaboration with security agencies. The National Identity Management Commission has been notified of the activities of unauthorized individuals or organizations purportedly asking for the submission of national identity numbers of Anambra residents in exchange for money, the statements read. Upon receiving the information on the activities of the unscrupulous individual, NIMC, in conjunction with the Department of State Service and the Nigerian Police Force, swiftly arrested the culprits behind the illegal collection of NIN. They are currently being interrogated and would be made to face the full wrath of the law. And still on business news for this morning, fuel prices may fall as FCE renews Naira for crude deal. All marketers have stated that Nigerians will soon heave a sigh of relief as the pump price of premium motor spirit, popularly called petrol, will drastically reduce due to continuation of crude and refined product sale in the Naira initiative by the federal government. They also stated that a major player in the sector, Dangote Refinery, is anticipated to lower its petrol loading cost by the end of this week, further contributing to the reduction in fuel prices. They also stated that the National Publicity Security of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria, Chinedu Kadike, reassured the public of the forthcoming price drop while commenting on the Federal Executive Council directive regarding the Naira for crude agreement announced on Wednesday. The official, however, couldn't project the expected amount as the price at which the government will sell its product remains unclear. And lastly, on this morning news, which is foreign news, Trump signs order to make America's showers great again. U.S. President Donald Trump has signed an executive order lifting water pressure restrictions on showerheads, a move the White House said will make America's shower great again. Trump has long complained about inadequate water pressure in American bathrooms, which he blames on federal water conservation regulations. "In my case, I like to take a nice shower to take care of my beautiful hair," Trump told reporters as he signed the order in Oval Office on Wednesday. "I have to stand under the shower for 15 minutes till I get wet. It comes out drip, drip, drip. It is ridiculous." The order directs the Energy Department to roll back Radical Green regulation limiting the flow of shower heads to 2.5 gallons of water per minute. The White House said the orders Order frees Americans from excessive regulation that turns a basic household item into a bureaucratic nightmare and ends the Obama-Biden war on showers. And that'll be all for Ayogen Morning News this morning. My name remains DEBORAH ANJORIN. I wish you a lovely day ahead. I wish you a lovely Thursday ahead. Thank you so much for always listening to Ayogen and watching us.
Hello, welcome to Ayogen Media House. We offer exciting services like event coverage, event live streaming, studio live streaming session, music studio recording, TV session, news broadcasting, podcast session, and many other exciting services. Here at Ayogen, we innovate, we inform, and we inspire.